What is going on, everyone? Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are going to be talking about Chainsaw Man. Specifically, though, we're going to be doing a spoiler free reaction to Chainsaw Man. But before I get into the actual reaction, I wanted to talk about how to collect Chainsaw Man. Because, first and foremost, at Thrifty Otaku, that's what we get into here. So, really quickly, not going to take more than a minute. You can collect Chainsaw Man physically. Right now, you can find Volume 1 at Barnes& and Noble and some physical retailers. I think Books a Million has it as well. Books a Million also has a box set coming out that has the first four volumes for about $39.96. So it's not the best value in terms of what you can find the manga for, and you only really get the box and a double-sided poster. So it's not going to be something that really wows you to want to collect the box set. You might get different posters as the series goes along, and they make more of the box sets. I was a little taken aback to why they didn't just do the whole series, but maybe this is a good way with the anime coming out to get more people interested in the actual physical release. So those are some things that you can do to start collecting Chainsaw Man. You can also get the first volume. You might have to pay full price. I hate saying that, but you might have to, at least for now. And then supplement your collection. If you can wait, you can definitely wait for the first volume, though. Supplement your collection with Right Stuff Anime, Ali Briss, In Stock Trades, where you can find the books for an average of, I think, 6 to 7 and change dollars. That is how I would collect it if I didn't already have all of them. That is how I collected my collection. I actually did pay full price at Barnes & Noble locally to start my collection. But with that being said, that's where you can find them. That's how you can start your collection on Chainsaw Man. And you can always check Mercari and eBay as well if you want to find used copies, potentially for a better price. Getting into what I love about Chainsaw Man. First and foremost, what I really enjoyed was the paneling done by Fujimoto. He does an extremely good job in paneling and artistically drawing out some of these scenes. I'm going to put some on the screen now, but just look at the battle sequence here. This is from the first chapter, so it's still spoiler free. I believe that the first chapter you can read for free on the Shonen Jump app, so spoiler, if you don't want to see these, you can skip to a different time. I will actually not put it when I said it, I'll put it now. And it's paneled so well, and the action sequences throughout the series are done exactly to this effect. So you can definitely see where the love for the paneling that I have comes from Fujimoto and from looking at this panel itself. It's just expertly illustrated, and the story itself is fantastic. Getting a little bit into the story, what I really like is that Chainsaw Man finds a way to subvert my expectations of what I thought the series itself would be, especially for a shonen release. And when I say that, I really thought this would be rooted more in horror, and there definitely are horror elements within Chainsaw Man. But initially looking at the cover of the first volume and just reading what I thought the story would be about in the introduction of it before I collected the first volume, I thought this would be more of a horror storyline. And it's really not a horror storyline. It's not really, there's no really scary parts that I would say are there to either jump scare you or get you a little terrified. Are there uncomfortable moments? Yes. Is this definitely geared to, what is this rated? Older teen? Yeah, older teen. Should it definitely be read by older teen? Yeah, probably so you don't overreact to some of the things. And there are some references to more adult things within the book. But what this really is more about is kind of Denji's transformative journey from kind of being treated like a piece of garbage his whole life to where he is at the end of the actual part one. And without getting into any spoilers, that's all I can say. But it's his journey from that point to the next point. And Denji is just this character who is probably at the lowest of low you can be at as a human being. And we all share that experience where we want to grow and we want to be better than we are the next day. For Denji, that could be just maybe eating a piece of bread that has some jam on it. That's how broken down Denji really is at the beginning of it. And throughout the story, you get to see that most of his ambitions by some other characters are seen as kind of selfish, but to Denji, these potentially basic things that other people are used to either receiving or are somewhat normal within their lives, like even friendship, that's new to Denji, and part of his transformative journey is to have some of those moments that normal people would have, and Denji just never had the opportunity to, or didn't get that opportunity to experience that. So it's a really good journey. It subverts your expectations from pretty much throughout the whole story. And the last thing that I'll talk about is just the plot turns and the plot twists that we see throughout the story. There's a major plot twist at the end. The final two arcs are two major plot twists that really flip the story on its head. I won't get into that just in case you do want to read the story. Don't want to spoil anything for you, so if you would like to see a spoiler version of this video in the comments, just let me know and I will make it. I just don't want to give the goat away to those people though. But what you see pretty much through the story are just these twists and turns that really keep you on your feet, that really propel the story in a different direction, and that kind of makes you want to go back to see if there were some hints to this happening. And there are some things that are nods to this throughout the story that I just wrote off as, well, maybe this is just a universe. Maybe this is just how this works. And it turns out it is how that works, but it's for a different and deeper reason than what it actually, on the face value, seemed to be at that point in time in the story. So really, really good with the twists and turns. My favorite character throughout the whole thing was Power. In the comments, let me know who your favorite character of Chainsaw Man is if you are reading it or have read it. Power just does a great job of comic relief, and I think Fujimoto does a great job as well of comic relief throughout the whole manga. It's just anytime anything seems to be getting too dark or too heavy, there seems to be a nice comic relief moment, or a moment where you can just ease the tension. And for the most part, Power does a great job of doing that throughout the whole manga. My favorite part, and I can't wait for this to be animated, is the car scene where Power gets behind the wheel and something happens. And it's hilarious. Power is a great character, one of my favorites in the whole story. And then my other favorite moment of comic relief, and without a spoiler, there are no spoilers, is Aki. He and Denji have a little bit of rough waters in the beginning. This is super early in it. You could probably still read that for free on the Shonen Jump app, and it'll definitely be covered in the first 1 or 2 episodes of Chainsaw Man, so it's not a major spoiler. But if you don't want to be spoiled by it, you can skip this part. Is when Denji, kind of fighting street, kicks Aki in the testicles, and they go back to the office, and when he reports to Makima, he said that Aki got attacked by the testicle devil. And it just, those moments of humor throughout a relatively dark and horrid world that is the Chainsaw Man universe that they live in is just fantastic. It subverts your expectations throughout the whole story, and it's definitely a good read, so I absolutely recommend it. Again, in this video, we recapped the price of Chainsaw Man and how to collect it. So if you want to circle back, you can. But again, I think the best way to do it is, at this moment, definitely pick up this volume at full price if you want to start reading it before the actual anime comes out. And you can definitely supplement your collection online by purchasing it from either Right Stuff Anime, aka Crunchyroll now, or through Alibris, which is actually my new personal favorite service to use at the moment. Not sponsored, though. So you don't have to worry about that. I'm not sponsored by anyone. So just what I personally enjoy using. And get a good deal on it. Alibris always has coupons, even if you're only saving $4 or $5. Usually the weekends have better coupons if you're looking to really get a haul, but you can get 5 off 55 at the moment. So definitely check that out if that's something you want to do to bolster your collection. We also talked about what I loved about Chainsaw Man, and again, what I loved, and you can let me know in the comments what you specifically loved. If it is a little bit spoiler related, I would at least give a warning before other people might read it, just so we don't give that away to them, so we don't ruin that moment that they can have with the manga. But my favorite things about it, the paneling I think is awesome, subverting my expectations throughout the entire series as well, and definitely the twists and turns along the way. But with that being said, I hope you have a great day, and in the comments, let me know who your favorite character is, what you enjoyed about Chainsaw Man, And I would love a subscribe. I'd appreciate a like. And if you don't like the video, just let me know what you think I can do better. And I will do my best to try to get better as we go along. This video should be in 1080p, not in 4K, but it should still be okay. But with that, have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Peace.